I wasn't didn't do a new video, just had some audio uploads yesterday because, as you can see, I was working on the shelf that I said. So if anybody ever wants a room tour or anything, statue more in depth, let me know. But today I'm here to talk about a graphic novel, a new release. Actually, I think it just came out about a week ago. I'm talking about Maniac Harry's Back, Maniac of New York, Volume 2, The Bronx is Burning. Collected edition based on the not based on, collected edition of the 4-issue miniseries that came out. The bloody saga of Maniac Harry continues after the tragedy of Maniac of New York, The Death Train, which we reviewed earlier. Go back and check it out if you missed it. Detective Zelda Pettibone and mayoral aide Gina Green have lost the trail of the Maniac and the support of the city. Copycats are springing up, tensions are high, and traffic is a nightmare. So what happens when your favorite unstoppable mindless killer resurfaces in a Bronx high school? Can Zelda and Gina get there before Maniac Harry adds to his body count? Will the students tear their attention away from their phones long enough to notice there's a monster in the halls? Volume 2 contains the entire second arc, issues 1 through 4 of The Bronx is Burning. Let us go. Let's put it under a camera, by camera on my phone, and let's take a look at it. All right, here it is, the newly released Maniac of New York, Volume 2, The Bronx is Burning, a collection of the miniseries. Just came out. If you remember, we reviewed the Maniac of New York, Death Train. This is now the second chapter. See everything, there we go. Number 2 from Aftershock. This is number 2 in the Maniac series. Don't worry, I doubt it's the end. Let's take a look at this. So you remember the mayor had basically left everybody to die on a train. And it turns out one of the places the Maniac doesn't go to is the Bronx. Like, there's some places he goes to, some places he doesn't. Well, this one opens up. We're here still in just main downtown in New York, and guy wants to close up his liquor store, but somebody comes in a Maniac Harry mask. He goes, "Give me all your money in the register." And he's like, "The Maniac says, give me your money." Well, now you just got copycats, because here he goes. He's talking to Zelda and Gina, part of the Maniac task force. He's telling them Maniac Harry robbed him. And, go to hell. So they're getting ready to go to a Yankees game. It's the big opening day at Yankee Stadium. They got a whole trunk full of booze. They're going to enjoy it. And while they're doing that, you meet another kid who's over in the Bronx. His name is Raphael Bouet. I think I said that wrong. Bowie. I don't know. He hates his school. He used to go to a school where everybody liked him. And he had a lot of friends, but he had to ride that train. And his mom was like, "You ain't riding that train because of the Maniac. So now you're going to go to this, I want to say Oscorp, but it's not. Like one of these fancier schools, the better part of the area, in the Bronx where the Maniac don't go. And people don't like him. They throw garbage at him. They spit on him. They pick on him. He hates it there. He absolutely hates it. All the kids are mean to him. And, he just doesn't have to want to go outside. Everything is like, his mom was so worried about him taking the subway. She sends him to this school, Smart Corp. And look who's right outside his school. Our friend, Maniac Harry. And, he's in the bathroom. He's hiding from his bullies. They're all sitting there. They don't know what to do. People are blaming Gina and Zelda for everybody getting killed on the train. And, the people want them to sell their stories for books. And, well, that's kind of going on a little. What's kind of happened to them in a few months. Their Maniac, he comes into the school and he starts a killing. And they have a Maniac drill. All the schools in New York, they have the Maniac drill. So he hits the button, and he can't call the cops first. He's got to call the main office. But they're like, "Oh, my God, here we go. Another Maniac drill. Get under your desk." And that's when they see him. Uh-oh, the real Maniac is there. And so he won't call the cops yet because he's got to get a hold of the company before they tell him to. The teacher's saying, get under your desk, because everybody's recording it. They're hashtagging the Maniac at BFA Academy and BF Academy, and well, Maniac Harry, he doesn't care. He just starts stabbing through people. He's trying to get in the office, and as we do all this, we've got another girl named Lena Petrella, and she thinks she knows the Maniac's weakness. She remembers it from when she was on that train. So she is going to go talk to Gina. That's her goal. She's going to hop this dangerous subway and go talk to her. That was the end of the first chapter. We go into the second. Raphael's still hiding in the bathroom, and the Maniac's just killing everybody. Well, all the students are just, they're in shock, but they're filming everything on their phone. Well, they don't want to talk to anybody. They're going to our two heroes, they're heroines, I should say. They're going to Yankee Stadium. That's when they see, it's all over social media. Harry's in the Bronx. He's here. He's at the school. So they got to go at Huey. And now Raffier thinks, hey, I'm going to be a hero. So he tells, hey, leave him alone. Takes off running. And he locks himself in his locker. He doesn't, kind of wishes, he kind of regrets that. But Maniac can't get in. Now, as we're doing that, we go back to Lena. And she's on the subway, and this creepy pedophile, he's trying to, kidnap her. Well, Maniac Harry's still out there, and one of the teachers comes out, got a nice bottle of, I don't know, I'm going to assume some type of acid. He's trying to help Raphael. Now, outside of the school, we've got protesters. The mayor's the maniac. They're going to sacrifice our kids, save our students. All this nonsense going on. So Zelda and Gina, they just go into the school. They ain't even worried about it. They're, to hell with the mayor. The mayor has found out now. Zelda gets back on the subway. This pedophile's obviously stupid, so she had no problem evading him. And there they go. They see him. It was the end of chapter 2. So here they are. And we do some flashbacks and other variations. And that's when the cops are coming. Like, if you're a protester, we're going to beat your ass. Get out of here. So nobody remembers. Harry has no remembrance of anything that has happened. So they start bombing him with all this booze that they had in the trunk of their car. I mean, just pounding him with it, light him on fire. Now the mayor's calling, the commissioner's calling, what have you guys done? The little girl now, she's finally off the train. She's still looking for Gina. She's telling everybody, her mom's in the bathroom. She's terrified because she's doing this alone, but, she thinks she knows how to stop the maniac. Well, this is going, the principals, the Smart Corp tells him, you got to go out and make sure the maniac's really there. And he finds Raphael in his locker. He goes to open it. The cop just shoots him, guns him, doesn't kill him, but he shoots him. They're shooting everybody that can move at this point. And, they're all looking for him. And that's when they find out, okay, well, he escaped. He went out the back door. He cut through this fence. And right across the street is Yankee Stadium, because they figured out, the maniac's drawn by noise, hence the things like the subway and that. So as he's now chowed up a school, he has decided he is just going to go to opening game. And we go to our fourth one, and yep, he's in Yankee Stadium, and as you can see, he is going to town because he has so many people there he can just massacre, which he's doing. They're heading there. It's a little tricky to get in when everybody's trying to get out. Mayor, he has to cover up what's going on. So he tells, the principal that got shot, I think you should be part of my task force. You and this young boy that saved everyone. But Gina and Zelda finally make it in. They start chucking all this. They're doing Molotov cocktails with all their booze. And, she's saying, burn, motherfucker, and all that. Because, see, Gina, which was alluded to a little bit in the first book, when she was younger, her and her boyfriend, which is cutting into flashbacks, the maniac came after them. He ended up killing her boyfriend, but she got away. So we haven't learned fully about that, just a little bit, but she just has him burned. Now he's burning to death. She grabs his machete, if you will, cracks him right in the face. She's saying, die, die. The mayor's there. Hey, what's going on? And it just turns out that Gina had enough. She thinks she killed the maniac. She quit. And the little girl about that time shows up. I need to talk to Gina. She doesn't work here anymore. And the girl just freaks out crying because she knows the maniac's weakness. They're all glad they can tear down the maniac task force thing and have a closet. Zelda just decides, this guy is writing all these books about the maniac. Fuck it. I'm going to sell him my story. I'm going to get paid. Gina, they're all wondering if that was, she's just people in the at the toll booth and all that. Hey, is that the girl that killed the maniac? She's like, yeah, that's not her. She's got her picture. And now some people are thinking, maybe they never even killed the maniac. Maybe it was fake and all that. And she throws out that picture, and that's how it ends. Of course there'll be more. Here's the official New York City Maniac Safety Guidelines. You have to slasher. Stay in place, lock all doors, await help in silence. Hear the all clear, evacuate, and resuscitate surviving wounded. Staff training, everything. It's pretty funny, actually, parent communication. Gina Green, a fricasseely fiddles thumbs with blood on her hands. Little newspaper article. Here we go to the covers. That was a. I have that. I have both of these single issues. That one you could cut the mask out. Of course, I didn't. That's a really nice one. That's the Dan Poseidon one. The Happy Hour exclusive. There's so many variants, that we've gone over. Some of them I've seen that are really, really neat. Everybody, I love that one. That is the Comic Mint variant cover, the Javon Jordan cover. That's a really nice one. I like the skull over. That's a good one. That skull over Yankee Stadium. Sorry, the old Nintendo 64 Jason homage. There it is again. Even has the logo of Nintendo. Only it's the comic company. That was an exclusive for Picchios Comics and Games. The Purple Harry variant. All these really neat covers. This is a really, really good book. I think if you're a slasher fan, I think it's fun. There's the old Halloween kind of cover. Friday the 13th, of course, because he's patterned after Jason, as you can clearly tell. Don't want to miss any of these. Like a Purge design. There's the Forrest Gump design. Another, just 80s horror type. Mask again. A lot of close-ups on the mask. Great Day of the Dead tribute there. When there are no more victims in Manhattan, Harry will stalk the Bronx, slashing his way into your heart. Volume 1 on sale now. Ad for Volume 1 tells us our writers, and that is it for the Maniac of New York, Volume 2, The Bronx is Burning. So good. I can't recommend these Maniac of New York tales enough. I mean, if you're a fan of horror books, horror in general, Friday the 13th, of course, slasher movies, it's such a must read. We all know there's going to be another one. You don't kill a maniac, and there's too many things like the little girl knows his weakness, but she hasn't told anyone yet. We don't have the full backstory of Gina and how the maniac killed her boyfriend. We don't have a lot of things yet. Like I said, so they burned him, hatcheted his head. He not dead. We all know that, considering it also says Volume 2, not the final conclusion. I have no idea when they're going to make the next one. Hopefully not too long. They seem to be about a year in between. You just got these reviews close because I had actually just gotten around to reading the first one when I started doing these comic reviews. But this is the Maniac of New York, Volume 2, The Bronx is Burning. You can pick up the individual issues, but as you can see with all the covers, it's going to cost you a lot, or you can just buy the book. Be able to get it at your local comic book shop. Amazon has them, wherever you feel comfortable. But I highly recommend you pick it up. Be sure to watch and subscribe. Let me know what some of your favorite horror titles are. I'm going to get this up, and we're going to be back tomorrow with more.